All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Ba'asham Racha Kwadash, double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Kiam. And this is your brother Bawan back again with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Ba'asham Racha Kwadash. All praises and glory is due, especially in these times that we're in, and amen. 2025 has been going crazy, okay? And I used to think that it would be Kamala that will bring this level of chaos to Babylon the Great, right? But here you have Trump, and that just shows you how the Most High is the ultimate chess player, because, ooh, man, this 2025 has been going crazy. Let me just say it like that, right? With all the prophetic events that have been going on, and with all the things that this new president Nero, right, has been pushing and trying to get done in America by Babylon the Great. So you have all these unrighteous decrees, which are exactly what those executive orders are, right? All these unrighteous decrees being pushed within Babylon the Great. You know, you have the different executive orders that Trump has been pushing all throughout since he became president, been signing different executive orders and pushing it out. And what I heard is that the reason why he's writing so many executive orders is because it's the quickest way to get legislation passed in the US without having to go through, Congress and the representatives and so on and so forth, right? Because the court has to go through each of the executive orders one by one in order to verify them after they have been passed, which is why he's signing those executive orders, which shows you, right, that this recent presidency, and that's the beauty of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh is planning, because this recent presidency, right, from Trump winning the election to the transition of power between Biden to Trump, is showing you just how corrupt Esau's system is, showing you just how corrupt Esau's democracy is, right? Because as soon as Biden left office, what did he do? He pardoned, his son, right? He pardoned so many other individuals within his own cabinet and his own what do I want to, how do I want to say, but basically he pardoned his people in order to get them, in order to keep them from facing the crimes of their right, the punishment for their crimes. And Trump comes into office and he pardons the January 6 people, right, to drive the protesters, which is of course not as bad as what Biden did. And then he now begins to sign these executive orders, right? But just really exposing the corruption in Esau's system and Esau's kingdom, because now all these legislations that have been put in place, that you thought that nobody could take them out, since they have been put in the place, and since they are in the and since they have been put in place, and they have been and they have been overturned. Like, for example, the 1965 Equal Employment Act, and if I recall correctly, that is not actually in the constitution, right? But basically what it is just a form of legislation in when it comes to federal jobs. So basically, basically is your affirmative action slash DEI for federal jobs. But that's not what we're really talking about here, because the title of this video will be, he speaketh as a dragon, which is exactly what Trump has been doing in these past few days with all his executive orders, right? Like, for example, the executive order that rescinded birthright citizenship in America, Babylon the Great. And now you have ICE agents, the unruly, without you have ICE agents, right? The madmen that are spearing on and spoiling everywhere in yard, carrying Jake, because of course it is mainly Jake, right? So-called Latinos and even the Native Americans, and they are taking them and deporting them, right? Sending them back to their home country. And you are hearing reports about how it's thousands of Jakes, thousands of Northern Kingdom being deported every single day. But you don't really know how true, or there's no way to really verify how true that actually is, right? So this is an article going into what I actually want to talk about here. Representative Ogles proposes amending the 22nd Amendment to allow Trump to serve a third term. So on January 23rd, 2025, Washington, D.C. congressman and the Ogles introduced a House joint resolution to amend the Constitution of the United States to allow a president to be elected up to but no more than 3 terms. The language of the proposed amendment reads as follows: no person shall be elected to the office of the president more than 3 times, nor be elected to any additional term after being elected 2 consecutive terms, and no person who has held the office of president or acted as president for more than 2 years of a term to which some other person was elected president shall be elected to the office of president more than twice. So basically, they are setting up Trump for his next term after his 4 years are up. So that is him becoming president again in what is it 2000 and I want to say 2028 I believe, because that's when the his presidency will be up and the new elections will take place 2028, which of course Lord willing, man, Lord willing, the Most High, however, Shami Oshai comes and the chariots and you, people and you get delivered. Lord willing, the Lord Oshai returns before that time, which of course, with the way things are going, it is very obvious that he will. Right. So this is what I'm talking about when I say this current transition between Biden and Trump, and even this Trump presidency. It shows you the corruption of Esau Edom, right? How easy it is they push legislation when it suits their purposes, and how easy it is they remove legislation when it suits their purposes in order to push their own wicked agenda, right? So basically, what this is this Republican congressman, right? Because I believe that he should be a Republican, even though the news article doesn't really go into that, trying to push legislation in order to make it so that Trump can serve 3 terms as a president, because apparently that is, unconstitutional for a president to serve more than 2 terms, right? So let me get this preset and I'll start from there. That should be in the book of Revelation. And here it is. So this is the book of Revelation 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, right? And what this represents is the democratic system, right? Or rather Esau's democracy and how it is being. Right, so I care about that, just a little distracted. But back to what I was saying, right? And it basically represents Esau's democratic system, right? Coming, you know, softly, because that's how these devils always do, right? On the front end, they come in. Let's get that preset. Let's get that preset. His words were smooth as butter. Let's get that. That's basically how Esau Edom operates. Let's see. Here it is. So this is the book of Psalm 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but what was in his heart? His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Right, because on the front end, they are telling you that, oh well, democracy is the rule of law, right? The rule for the people, by the people of the people. That, oh, basically the people, come together and choose who they will have as a leader over them, and then that leader will be serving the people and be responsible for to perform the will of the people, and so on and so forth. But then in reality, what you have is basically what you see currently happening in America, Babylon the Great, right? The illusion of choice via these rigged ass elections, a selected president that is actually operating under the behest, right, and doing the will of the elites of Esau Edom rather than the people, because that's all this is resulting in, right? But you have Trump, and basically what he's doing right now is he's dismantling, and everybody can see it, man. I just watched the video of Shahid Bolson, and he was saying the same thing, that look, man, Trump is basically dismantling America step by step, and that's why he has been pushing all these what they call executive orders, right? And there's another executive order that he set up that he would basically take out welfare. So that's also, the food stamps, the all the different types of welfare. Everything will be, everything will be gone basically, right? And this is just what he's trying. And this is basically what he has been trying to, or rather, this is what the elites of Esau Edom are pushing for. Because the men of the Lord have been saying, starting with the elder apostles on down, is that they are going to basically crumble America, Babylon the Great, that they're going to destroy America, Babylon the Great, in order to push their new world order, the Great Reset. They'll have to basically take out America, take out the US, man. And the martial law, right? The anarchy, the civil unrest that the men of the Lord have been prophesying about. It looks like it's coming up very soon. Jacob's trouble, the race war, all these things, and they look, closer than ever before. They are basically on the horizon with the way that tensions are rising within the US. You can see all these things are about to happen, man. This is all being set up by none other than a Trump, man. And this is actually a very big surprise to me because I was expecting all these things to happen, all these the same things that I are seeing happening right now. I was expecting it to happen under Kamala, where you have a complete breakdown of the law, different laws being ultimately repealed, right, and taken out. Different laws being repealed, or right, and these things happening under Kamala's rule. But apparently, it's Trump, man, and a either at a whether it was Trump, whether it was Kamala, it doesn't really matter as long as these things are coming to pass, right? That is the most important thing. And you see these prophetic events taking place is beautiful. You know, just sitting there excited as hell for the next thing that will happen. Because the way things are going right now, and let me get this final precept right. And I think I'll close out with this last one. I didn't really have much to go into. I just wanted to get this off my chest, going into this Trump presidency and the way things are looking right now. And basically, what it's looking like is, the draconian legislation, right? The draconian effect will take place very soon. So let me start by going to this Revelation 12, verse 12. And it reads, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." And eventually, man, not only this, if everyday Americans are going to soon start realizing that Babylon the Great has fallen. Babylon the Great is destroyed. And right now, what you see is the parading of the carcass, right? The parading of the carcass that has been happening since Biden's presidency, right? Since Trump's first term, since Obama, the parading of the carcass, and now eventually you're already seeing the signs of its falling, and the collapse, man, is going to be very great. So let's go over to the next precept.
Ride at a fair price with InDrive every day and everywhere. It's never been so easy. Just enter your location, set a price, and choose a driver who accepted your ride price proposal. Download InDrive.
Second Esdras 16, verse 70. "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that..." Okay, hold on. This isn't actually what I was trying to get, right? This is going to something else. Okay, but the main point here being that the times that we're in, going back to the book of Revelation, that was actually what I wanted to get, right? Revelation 12, verse 12. And I've already read that part, okay? Now that, when Esau sees that his kingdom is coming to an end, that, basically that his rulership is done, right? You already know that, basically, once Esau has nothing to lose, he will lose it. And that's where, the race war comes into play. That's where the anarchy comes into play. That's where these devils will come against Jake, right? Whether it's the so-called Negroes, whether it's the so-called Latinos, whether it's so-called Native American Indians, and try to, and basically, bring in Jacob's trouble, right, to full effect. And these are the things that are coming upon the earth, man. And this is what the Trump presidency is bringing upon the earth. More prophetic events. So when the men of the Lord said that, hey, don't be too quick to rejoice about coming into 2025, right? Or making it into the new year, talking about Happy New Year. It's going to be more of the same thing that you saw in 2024 happening, and even at a higher scale, because the return of our Lord Yahushua is, coming closer and closer by the day. So with that, I'll end the video right here. Once again, all praises, honor and glory unto the Most High Yahweh Ba'asham Yahawashai Ba'asham Rakha Kodash Wa Abad Babal Shalom.